Hello everybody and welcome to the Sword of Corone quest battle for the Kingdom of Bretonnia. Now this battle is a continuation of our campaign Let's Play, so if you want context as to how we got here, give that video a watch. King Lewin Lancour is leading his force into battle here, so let's check out his speech.
Companions! Bretonnia's need is dire! This terrible fog corrodes our focus. Our enemy, a horde of horrifying beasts, thrives in this gloom. So be on your guard. A head-on charge may not succeed. We must proceed more carefully. They are fast and deceptively cunning. But you are the lady's men, and no beast will stop you. Should we fail today, Bretonnia will be left vulnerable. The kingdom relies on us. So fight to defend all you hold dear.
Ah, quite the rousing speech, I'm sure you'll agree. Now the cool thing... I guess he wasn't quite done yet. Now if we take a look at some of the new units on offer here, of course this isn't all the new units in the game, these are just some of the ones I had in my campaign at the time. Now we've got battle pilgrims here, quite a good medium to... I'm sorry, someone just said I've got the runs. But anyway, they're quite good medium tier infantry, actually slightly higher up than you might think, but they're not very organized, which is why their formation is quite loose. Now the men-at-arms with shields are quite good, solid, you know, frontline infantry. The men-at-arms polearm variant are obviously anti-large, decent kind of unit as well. Actually, they're actually surprisingly a little bit higher up than you might think as well. Then we've got our peasant bowmen. These are the ones with fire arrows at the back, a lot quieter than the other guys. So we've got 3 units of them coming into the battle with us. Now we've got Grail Knights, probably one of the best looking units in any Total War game ever, I would say. They're just really bold and colourful and really highly detailed. You can see all the individual digits on their chainmail and the different patterns on the shield. They're really colourful as well. Each one is very unique and very cool looking. And then they've also got the, you know, the kind of flaming lances going on. So they do just look absolutely incredible. They really have that like pristine, prestigious, knightly feel to them. Now in front of them we've got the questing knights. Not as high tier as the Grail Knights, but equally as good looking. These guys are carrying all sorts of different things with them into battle. They're using two-handed swords. They're really good for anti-infantry. And they've got lovely like bits of parchment, kind of like almost like wooden pews and you know, candles and things strapped to the back of the horses. They look absolutely fantastic. They really look good. Then we've got kind of our anti-large cavalry here, the Knights of the Realm. Again, just stunning shield patterns and just the different looks of each different kind of soldier within the unit. Really brings the unit to life, and all this colour, they're all representing their different dukedoms and their houses and things like that. They just look really, really impressive. And obviously their tall lances, they're kind of like shock cavalry, able to punch into different units pretty hard. Then we've got the Pegasus Knights up top. A familiar unit for those who play multiplayer. These guys are quite beastly. They can just like fly over different units straight into the enemy, like, you know, missiles in the back and things like that, and really bog down people. Now I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Green Knight. The Green Knight has come to us from our campaign. You know, you only get him 4 times ever in the campaign for 15 turns each time, so we have to make really good use of him. He's an extremely powerful melee fighter who's ethereal and a melee expert, so we'll get him into combat and check out his abilities. Now the Orcish Raiders have decided to meet our challenge rather than scurrying away. Show them the folly of crossing blades with the bravest of Bretonnia. Now I'll be cutting between more cinematic replay footage and the regular game footage just to give you that high fidelity, high detail look at the units as the battle's progressing, as well as the gameplay of actually trying to fight and win the battle. Now we're just slowly moving up, waiting for the Gridskins to kind of show themselves in the trees. If you check out the radar, we can see that they're kind of making their way towards us slowly. Let's pop these guys on guard mode. We don't want them running off too far. Not sure, you know, from the campaign we know there's going to be at least 3 waves of enemies, so we don't want them going off in one direction for too long. Seems like they're coming in from the right here a little bit, so let's just kind of turn to face them. Now it looks like we've deployed a little bit off to the left here. I wanted to get in front of this open ground, so we'll just kind of slowly navigate towards the left. We are actually more on the defense here. The Greenskins are going to be coming for us. And the questing knights just look so cool moving forward there. Alright, we can just about see them in the distance, some of them coming through the woods there, making their way to us. It looks like our armies might be comparable even at this point, as the balance of power is 50-50. So let's again try to rotate just a little bit more to the right and pull back a bit. I want this open plain out there just so my archers can fire all the way up to the length of the forest. And that way none of the arrows are going to be hitting the trees, you know, I should be hitting them more directly. Now a lot of people wonder how to do that rotate move. I always see people asking questions on how you do that. It's quite simple. You just hold Alt and left drag and click. And then if you want to rotate, you just press Control after you've pressed Alt.
The lions will kill the enemies of Bretonnia.
Looks like we've got some cavalry exposed on the right here. So we've got our Knights of the Realm anti-large cavalry. Let's pop them into wedge formation, which is a new formation for this type of cavalry, which gives us a kind of an increase to melee attack and charge bonus. Slows down our speed though, and let's see what happens. Beautiful, just a nice smash in there, get really heavily involved in that fight. They should win that fight, they are anti-large cavalry after all. There seems to be some arrow fire coming in on them, so we'll just move up that little bit just to actually support them. We don't want to leave them too far out on their own. We got some more cavalry on the left. Now my anti-infantry cavalry might not be as good against these orc boar boys, but we do have the Grail Knights at the back, which are anti-large, so that should hopefully help that fight. Let's start getting into combat here. Now, of course, my flaming and poison arrows are going to weaken the enemy. I'm hitting them on the black orcs just to make sure that I have my best chance of beating them, weakening their strongest unit. Now we want to turn off that wedge formation and pull out, because that'll give us an extra speed to kind of get away.
What do you bid?
Oh, it looks like there's a wind spell coming in. Not a problem for the Green Knight though, we're going to send him into that combat. The Pegasus Knights have landed on their archers in the distance, bogging them down, so that'll free us up a little bit. There's a thick mass of troops there, so I'm going to get the Comet of Cassandora to come down. Our Damsel can cast that in. And we'll try to flank them with our Battle Pilgrims. The Comet just looks so good. Alright, our men-at-arms are kind of surrounding them on the right there. Archers are firing. Got King Lewin is following around with the Pegasus Knights. So he's bogging down the cavalry. Smash. Oh, what is this? A gleeful cackle can be heard echoing through the woods. Green Knight's pretty much able to handle that whole unit by himself. He's a bit of a tank. Not a problem. Right, it seems like from the woods there might be some more things coming. I'll just cast a little hex here, just weaken all these guys. Cavalry's still a bit bogged down on the left, can't quite get over to the main body of the army just yet. Same goes for my Pegasus Knights. Oh, I have to keep, they're very micro-intensive, those guys, because as soon as they break a unit they're going to keep chasing, and if you put them on guard mode, they'll kind of, you won't get as much done with them. As long as we're keeping the pressure up on the missiles like that though, it's all okay. So it's going pretty well so far, not too much going on. I mean, the balance of power is tilting in my favor, but I expect there to be more enemies pretty soon. So I'm just going to pull back and try to reform up a little bit, because I'm kind of bogged down in one kind of mass here. Alright, their general is surrounded. It looks like they cast a hex on me of some sort. I think that one lowers all my visibility for my archers. The Night Goblins waited patiently while we slaughtered their bigger cousins. Now they sniff an opportunity to take the spoils for themselves. Oh, we'll have to see where they're coming from. Oh, it looks like they're just coming straight out of the forest right in front of us, actually. Which isn't too bad. I was worried they come from behind. Alright, let's fire everything we got on that big mass of troops coming in. Even if the poison arrows just hit a couple of the units, you know, they'll all get that poison debuff. I'm always very shy with my cavalry, I always try to keep it away from infantry, but these knights are very powerful. They can easily go toe-to-toe with infantry. Alright, let's get our damsel in there. The battlefield just looks so beautiful when you have Pegasus Knights floating around above. The different men-at-arms down on the ground, the damsel casting her spells. The Bretonnian aesthetic is just one of my favourites in the game. Probably that and vampires, which is great when you can fight Musalon. Oh, what's this? I hear some horns in the distance. A small force of goblins has flanked us. Alright, let's shift our pole arms out that way and get our battle pilgrims to face it, just to see what's coming in. The orcs hack away at my cavalry. We've actually slightly misplaced our Green Knight as well. It seems to have got lost chasing some enemies, so we'll pull him back a little bit as well. Get our cavalry out and about. They're all kind of bogged down a bit. There's a bit of a thick mass over on the left, so if we can just kind of mop them up fairly quickly, it should be good. And my archers have turned to face whatever's incoming here. It looks like we just got a couple Spider Rider units. It's not too bad at all. We'll send our Green Knights straight into one of them and just fire all our archers on the other. Hopefully that'll bog them down. They are staying away from my infantry though. It's a bit difficult to kind of catch them. I'm still clearing that mass on the left. I was hoping to cast down Arun's Thunderbolt there, but it seems like they've pretty much broken, so there's no need to really cast that. So let's take her off that. This seems to be pretty much it. It seems like cleanup duty from here on now. There's just a couple of units of Fanatics and Night Goblins over to our left. I think that's pretty much going to be it for this quest battle. The Forest Spider Riders have come back. I'm sure if we just keep firing on them now, they'll probably just break.
To victory!
Alright, let's have one last charge with their cavalry here. Just smash them in there, and there you go. Instant rout pretty much on that. And that's pretty much going to be it. It seems like we've cleaned them up. So overall, not too difficult. Remember, this is a quest battle that happens around turn 50, so it's not too difficult of a quest battle to have, and I think I was playing on hard. Also, the fact that I had the Green Knight with me definitely helped, and a damsel with that many spells is pretty good too. So we can see just how effective the Battle Pilgrims are. They're a really good unit. They're probably my favourite foot infantry unit for Bretonnia. While the other guys just kind of held the lines, and my archers did pretty good support on the sides. It all comes down to the knights in the end though. All those units tended to get over 100 kills, if not 200, so you're going to be relying heavily on your knights to get the kills. Alright, quest complete. Remember to check out our campaign Let's Play if you want to see the context for this battle, and to subscribe to us on YouTube for more exclusive videos.